Hello there, sports designers. This is Zen from Sports Templates, and I am back with a new motion pack. This time I put the time to make a special motion pack for hockey. It's called the Hockey Motion Graphics Pack, but at the same time it could be used for other things. Like we have 5 different templates, and the first one is the player of the game. The second one is the player's lineup. The third one is the team versus team. The fourth one is the final score. And the fifth one is the schedule. Each template of this pack come in 3 different sizes: the square size, the HD, and the story. And when you do an edit, it just applies for all the rest of the sizes automatically. The first thing you're gonna do when you unzip the Hockey Motion Graphics Pack is to go through the README file. Here you can find the links of the fonts that has been used in the template, and also the music that has been used if you want to buy the edition of it and use it in your own production. But for now, let's jump in and start editing. So now we are inside the After Effects of Hockey Motion Graphics Pack, and when you open it, this is how it's gonna look like. But the first thing I want you to make sure to do is to go to Window and make sure that the Essential Graphics panel is checked on. So then you will have this Essential Graphics panel. And this do basically is just, it will decide what kind of template you are controlling. So if you go down here, the first few options, final score, player of the game, players lineup, and schedule, and team versus team, all of those, they have HD next to them. Those where you have to choose when you are editing the template. So how we gonna go through which template you want to edit? So after you check on the Essential Graphics, we go here to the project panel, and here are the assets. So just when you import things, you could put them in this folder, but this is the most important folder, is the main comps, and here you have access to all of the comps. So let's go to player of the game as it's number 1, and double click on HD, it's already open. Double click on square, you have it here, and double click on story, and here we have player of the game intro logo. So let's go back and I will show you. So we have here the intro, and we have here the logo. So this is where you can change the logo. As for the player here, the player is in the player's lineup. We go there and we open the player's picks, and player pick 1 is player of the game, is the same composition. So if I will walk you through changing this picture also, but let's first start changing the intros. So as you could see here, under the player of the game, we have the intro controls, which goes from the beginning till we transition to the main scene. This is the main scene, and all of the before is the intro. So we're gonna start editing the intro. We go to intro controls, we unfold it. The first thing is we have the intro background color. So I'm just gonna make I'm gonna change this template colors to something more like yellow. So let's go to choose something with yellow like this. Okay, so this is the intro background color. We changed it. We have here background ring color, which is this ring in the background. So let's make it maybe something like this, maybe a little bit lighter, so it doesn't clash with the text. Here we have intro first text, which is this text. So I'm just gonna write a new text for the sake of change. Okay, it changed. And here we have the intro text color 1. So this is the color 1, the white, and the color 2. So Let's make it maybe a little bit like this, red, and intro text color 2 will make it white, like whitish. Okay. And here we have intro text overlay color. So if you zoom in a little bit, we have an overlay over the text here. So just an extra layer of detail. I give you the option to change it. So maybe we'll make it like a little bit like this. See, the overlay color is changed. Okay. Now we have the side graphics color, which is those side graphics. They show up here and then they show up here again, here and here. So now they are white. Maybe I will make them also red, so they go with the design. Okay. After this we have arrows color, which is there is a couple of arrows that show up on the transition. There is one here and there is 2 or 3 here that get you to the main scene. So I'm just gonna change the arrows to, let's make them this same white that we use, so we don't use a lot of colors in the design. And here we have intro pick highlight, intro pick shadows, and intro pick shadow 2. I will explain in a second. So we are talking about this player here, right? So this player has an effect. It's a highlight and 2 kind of shadows. So also to give you like extra level of detail. So mainly just use something that already went in your background design. So I'm gonna use the highlight of the same yellow color, and then the shadow I'm gonna just use this color but make it like way darker version of it, like this. And then we have the intro player pick shadow 2, which is like here there is a moment of transition where when he first, so this color here that shows is a couple of like milliseconds. I also gave you the option to control it. I'm gonna just leave it white, but you could always change it to whatever you want, right? Sorry, I changed the wrong one. So this could also change it to whatever color you want. So just an extra level of detail. So, and after that we have circles color, which are those circles which show up in the intro. So we also have the option to change them. So I'm just gonna change them for the sake of change to something a little bit different, like this, or I don't know, maybe let's make them red. Yeah, maybe a little bit darker like this, or a little bit lighter. Okay. So now we have changed those circles color. After the circles color, we have the intro circular text, which is this text that goes around the circles. This text is controlling this one and this one. So we're gonna just, when you write this text, just make sure that it go around the circle, like you write enough characters, like for example, the new text. Click here to see, and then maybe you copy your text again, then new text, you see, and then you add something like that. It just depends on how you want it to look like. Here we have the circular text color, so we can change the text color, the circular text color. So maybe make it a little bit dark like this, just for the sake of change. Okay. So now we have edited everything in the intro controls, aside from 2 things. So if we go back to the player of the game, we have here the game intro logo, which is this logo. And we also have the player here. So I'm gonna show you how to change those. First, you go to the intro player of the game intro logo, double click on this composition, and you double click here. And then I'm gonna import just a random logo like from here, and I'm gonna drag this logo on top of this logo and gonna press on it, press scale and scale it down. Just when you press scale, this shows up, and then you scale it down. And then the old logo, I'm just gonna hide it like this. I'm gonna exit the composition right now, and as you see, it's already changed. So what about this, the picture of the player that is showing up here in the intro, and it's gonna also show up here and here also in the main scene. So we go to players lineup. There is a folder here, it's called players pick. I have all the players pick that used in this composition here, and all of those, they belong to the players lineup, but just this one, it belongs to the player of the game. So we just double click on it, and then we go and import a new player. I'm gonna choose this player, so they go with the yellow colors that we are trying to change the composition. The same thing with the logo, we drag it, put it on top, we hide that player, we exit the composition, and now it's replaced in all of the sizes. Okay, so now we are done with the intro, and we changed the logo at the intro, and we also changed the player picture. So let's go to the main scene and start editing. So we unfold the main scene. Let me just declutter those. Player of the game. Main scene, we gonna unfold the first one, and this is we have here the options. So in this background in the main scene, I did some kind of effect that it has gradient. It has a color on the top, a different color on the bottom. It gives more depth and more complexity in the design. So here we have background color 1, which goes from the bottom. Maybe I'm gonna change it to a very dark yellow. Let's just experiment something like this, and maybe the one on the top will make it a little bit blue. Yeah, maybe we'll make the yellow a little bit lighter like this. Okay, so we changed the background. Now we have main scene background 2 color, which is this part of the design. So I'm gonna make it like something inspired by the uniform. Maybe not this, like, let's make it like this to go good with the design. Okay, something like this. Okay. And now we have the background player pick highlight and shadows, which is this version of the player. So the highlight, I'm gonna make it like this, maybe make it a little bit more light. And the shadow, I'm just gonna take this same color and take a very deep version of it like this. Okay. I still don't like the background so much, so I'm gonna edit a little bit. Maybe like this is better. Okay, we are done with the main scene colors. Now we're gonna go to the player name controls, which is this part. So here you can change the name, the player first name. I'm gonna call him Jack. And here is the color of the first name. So I'm gonna make it maybe yellow. Okay. And here we have the player's last name, which is Martin. I'm just gonna change it to Simon. Why not? And here we have the last name color. You can change it to something else, but I think I'm just gonna leave it white for the sake of the design. Here we have the top text, player of the game. So I'm just gonna write a new top text, and I'm gonna change its color for white. As you notice here, we have 2 options for the top text color. One is for the HD, and the other one is for the story and the square, because in the story and the square they have a different kind of background, as you could see. Maybe I will end up changing the whole design because they don't go well with. Maybe I will make this white, but not this much white, like this. Yeah, I think this is better. It suits all. Yes. Okay, so let's go back to the players' names. So as I told you, this text has 2 options, here and here. So for now, white goes on here and on the square and the story, so I'm just gonna leave it for white. So now we have edited everything in the player's name control. Gonna close that, and we're gonna open the last thing in this slide, which is the stats control. So it's very self-explanatory. Stat 1, shots. Let's take, I don't know, goals, and change it. I'm gonna change the goals, I don't know, to 12. And then goals here, we're gonna call it shots. I'm just gonna replace them just to show you how it works. Change the color to something else, 23, just random stuff. Passes, I don't know. I'm just gonna leave it like this. And 31 is just gonna change it to 14. So here you could change all these things. Maybe just I'm gonna write new just for the sake of change. And we have here stats numbers control, the color, which is the stats number. So, but first, before I'm gonna change the stats circle color, I'm gonna make it yellow like this, maybe a little bit darker, because there is this effects on it, so you have to kind of spend some time choosing the right color so it doesn't clash with the design. And the stats color, I'm just gonna make them like gray like this. Okay. And the stats text, which is this one, it has also its own color. I'm gonna make it the same like this. So we go down. We also have the stats graphics background color, which is this in the line. So maybe I will make this not exactly, maybe a little bit like gray like this. Yeah. Stats number, maybe I'm gonna make this white. It goes better with the design. Yes. So by now we have changed all of the aspects of the design, and this is how you edit the player of the game slide. So now we're gonna edit the players lineup slide. I'm gonna skip the intro because editing the intro for the whole template is the same, and I already put it in the beginning of the tutorial. So I'm just gonna go and jump into editing the main scene directly, because the intro controls are all the same all over the, and I already explained it in the beginning of the video. So if you want to see how to edit the intro, just go at the beginning of the video, please. Now let's go and edit the main scene. So first we're gonna go and open players lineup and see what we have here. We have the story, the HD, the square, the players lineup bottom logo, and the lineup intro logo, and the team logo. So after the intro, we go here, the intro, here's the intro logo, and the player is used here is also the player 1 used in the players lineup. And here we have all the players are gonna show up individually, and then at the end they show up like this. So the bottom logo is this logo that shows, it's the sponsor logo that shows at the end. The intro logo is the logo at the intro, and the players lineup team logo is the logo that shows up on the cards and also here. So let's first jump into the main scene, and I'm gonna just change the player lineup team logo. Double click here. We're gonna go and import a new logo. Let's make it red and put this gorilla on top. Press S, we scale it down like this, and then we hide the old logo. We exit the composition, and then we go back here, and it's changed all over the template. Okay, so we changed now the logo, and let's change also the bottom logo, but I'm just gonna go through this one by one. We unfold main scene controls, the same thing with the background. So I'm just gonna make it a little bit more white to go with the red. Oh, sorry, I'm still on the player of the game. We have to go here and change to players lineup. So we change here to players lineup to start editing. We go to the main scene, main graphics control. We're gonna make this background a little bit more white, maybe I'm gonna keep this part a little bit dark like this, and maybe the top I'm just gonna make it like red, but very light red, like this. Maybe a little bit lighter like this. Okay. And now we have the player's card background color. I'm gonna make it red. Maybe this kind of red. Okay. And now we have player's last name color, which is here Martin. You could change it to something else like this, but I'm just gonna leave it white for the design. Don't like this color so much, I'm gonna make it a little bit lighter like this. Okay. And now we have here player position text, which is this center left wing text color. So just if we're gonna make this a little bit bigger, but if you press on it like here, you could see it says color. So I'm gonna just change, maybe make it a little bit darker like this. You could change it also to white, it also goes. I'm gonna leave it white. And here we have the player first name text box, because the first name is in the box. Here we have the color of the text itself. So maybe I'm gonna make it like red like this. And here you could also change the color of the box, but I'm just gonna leave it like this. Maybe make it a little bit of darker. And here we have the top text, players lineup. So let's write the new text. And here we can make it red or even white. But I think red is better. Or maybe you can make it this color. Okay. Here we have the bottom text, which shows on the last. This says which the text about the sponsor. So here we can sports templates is the sponsor of this team. Also, you also have here the option to change the text, the color of this text. Maybe make it like this. I think I'm gonna just leave it white, it's better. And to change this logo at the bottom, we just go here, players lineup bottom logo. We're gonna just import a new logo. I'm gonna put it on top, scale it a little bit down, hide the old logo, and we go back here and it's changed. So here we have already changed everything, but we still have to change the player. So the way you change the player is you go to this folder under the players lineup. I'm just gonna change one player because they're all the same. We go to player pick one, double click, and then you import a new player. I'm just gonna import a player that dressed in red to go good with the design. You pick this player, you put it on top, and then you hide or delete the other layer. And then when we go back to the design, it's changed and it matched the design. So you're gonna do the same for the rest of the players, and then you will have the final design. So here I changed the first one, it changed, and you do all the rest. So this is how you edit the players lineup. So now we're gonna edit the slide of team versus team. The first thing you have to do is to go here and change the control panels to team versus team. That will change the control panel here. We go to main comps, to team versus team slide. We open team versus team HD, square, and story if you want. We close those, and now we are seeing the team versus team. Here's the intro. I already showed you how to edit the intro. Just go back on the beginning of this video to see how to edit the intro, because they are all the same. So I'm just gonna show you how to edit the main scene. First, we have to go through those compositions. The first one is LT, left team logo, and the second one is RT, right team logo. And we have here the different sizes and the intro logo. So let's go and change the left team logo before we start editing here. Double click on the left team, we go here, we import a new logo like this one, for example, this rooster. We go put it here, scale it down a little bit, and then we hide the other one, so it already changed. But maybe I will choose another logo because this logo has like a weird blank in it, so maybe I will use this one. I like this one. We're gonna go to left team logo, put it here, scale it down, exit, and while we have this new hockey can player kind of thing, we go back here. I'm gonna change the color of this side. It's the same thing when you want to change the right team logo, so I'm just gonna change this side to show you how it's done. We go to the main scene, then main graphics control. Let's change this a little bit, maybe make it a little bit darker like this, and the top of it is I don't know, different color like this. Okay, here we have the top text, game day. Let's call it, I don't know, today's match. You could also change the color of this text, maybe make it like this kind of orange. Okay, and here we have the bottom text. This match is sponsored by whatever. We can also change it like the new text sponsor, so a change. And we have also here the this text color, so I'm gonna just leave it white so it goes with the design. Okay, so we changed the logo, we changed the information here on the main graphics control, and then we're gonna go to the left team controls. So I'm gonna change the background of this car to something like this to go with the design, and I'm gonna change the text New York to Boston, and it says skaters. I'm just gonna write cans, and I think the color could be a little bit darker like this, but then we cannot see the left team city color, so I'm gonna make it white. And cans, I'm gonna make it like something that has from the logos like this. So yes, if you unfold writing controls, it's just the same thing, you just do it over again. So this is how you edit the team versus team slide. Now I'm gonna show you how to edit the final score slide. The first thing is we go here and we choose final score HD. Let's close this a little bit to be more controlled, and then we go to the main comps, we go to final score. I'm gonna open HD, story, and square. I'm gonna close those. Just gonna go walk you through final score. So this is the intro. If you wanna edit the intro, just go at the beginning of the video, I explained it in detail. And this is the main scene. So we have here the final score intro logo. So if you want to change the logo on the intro, you go here, the final score pick, which is this one. I'm going to show you how to replace it. And then we have left team logo, this logo, and right team logo. So let's start editing. So after the intro, as I told you, go in the beginning of the video to see how to change the intro, and we go to this main scene. So let's start to change. First thing I'm gonna change is the main pick. So I'm gonna go to final score pick, double click here, here is the pictures. I'm just gonna import a new pictures from my files. Maybe I will choose this one, and I'm just gonna put it on top. It fits perfectly. I'm gonna hide the old layer and go out, and it's changed here also on the effect. So I'm gonna make this scene a little bit more red to go with the pictures. So we go to the main scene. It was unfolded. Let's unfold it like this. This is the gradient of the background. I'm gonna make it first color a little bit darker like this. Maybe this is too dark, but you have to experiment with those colors to get the color you want. The other color, I'm gonna make it something that goes from red like this. Okay, and we have main scene background color 2, which is this one. I'm gonna make it this is not. I'm gonna make it something like from the pictures like this. So this is the background color, and it looks weird because we didn't edit the pictures on it. So the background pictures, the first color of it is gonna be red like this, and the second color of it is gonna be red, but then we make it very dark red like this, and then it will make sense because there is an effect of highlight and shadows of the pictures in the background. So you have to do something. The highlight should be very related to the background color too, and then you pick a color that is way deeper version of it. Here we have numbers colors, which is the numbers, the color of the number. So let's try maybe with red. I don't think it will go so good. Maybe very light red. Okay, I think I'm gonna just stick with white, but I'm just showing you the options. We have here number boxes color, which is the boxes that has the numbers on it. So I'm just gonna make it the same red from here. Now we start to have a good design. We have the logo box color, so we have here the boxes behind the logo. I'm just gonna make it maybe a little bit lighter, like so. Maybe let's go take the color of this red and make it a very dark version of it, so like this. Okay, now we have the team and team name and session text color, which is here and here. So you can change it to something else, but for the sake of the design I'm just gonna keep it white, but I'm showing you what this option makes. We have here top small text, which is this one, first match. I'm gonna just make it a new text, and maybe I will make it white like this. Okay, small top text, it's very self-explanatory. And then we have big top text, which is the final score, and then I'm gonna change it to final results, just for the sake of change. And here we also could control the color of this text. So maybe if we make it like this, no, it's not good. So maybe we can make it like this. This is better. I would prefer to leave it white, but I'm just changing for the sake of the design. So here we have the main graphics control done. Let's change one of the logos. Let's go to the left team logo, double click on this. We're gonna go and take a new logo to change it. I'm gonna drag this logo, put it on top, press S, scale it a little bit big, and then hide the other logo. We go back. So sorry, let's go here. You see it's changed here, and also it's changed here. So let's go to the left team, as we started editing with the left team. So the left team name is Minions. I'm just gonna change it to Sharks. And here you have the first, the second, third, and the T. You could also change it here, so I'm just gonna change it to T, 2, 3, 5, and 6. No, right 8, that's 6. And the last, I'm just gonna make it 2. So those are the numbers that I used, and they are already here. And the main score, just gonna change it to 5, just for the sake of change. So at this point we have edited everything in the final score, and I showed you how to do it. Let's move to the next slide. So now we're gonna start editing the last slide, which is the schedule. The first thing we have to do is to go here and choose schedule HD. Okay, I'm gonna close this. And then we go to the main comps, schedule, open schedule HD, open schedule square and story. And we're gonna go out of player of the game, go to schedule. As I told you before, editing the intro is at the beginning of the video, is the same for all the slides. So I'm just gonna jump into editing the main scene of the schedule. Schedule is the most fun to edit because you have the option to choose away and home in just one click. So here we have schedule HD, square, story, and we have also the composition for the intro logo, as I showed you how to change it in the intro section. And now we have here the schedule logos, right? So we have 16 spots and you could just choose. I'm gonna edit a couple of spots. So after the intro, the file just unfold, the cards of the spots just unfold like this. So if we fold main scene control, main graphics control, first you can choose the background color. I'm gonna make a little bit of change just to show you how it works. This, I'm gonna make it a little bit lighter. Okay. And here we have top text August, September. And I'm gonna just change it to December, January. And I'm gonna make it red. I don't know, purple, maybe. Okay. Now we have top text 2, which is schedule. I mean, schedule is the most common word to use here, so I'm just gonna make it, I don't know, program, maybe, just to show you the change. And I'm gonna change the color of the text. So here we have this text color is linked with this, the home and away text. So I'm just gonna make it like this. Okay, just for the sake of change. And we also have here the home text and the away text. Maybe you don't want to call them home and away, but so yeah, let's go with the animation like this. So the away button is we have to change the color to show up. I will show you in a second. So this is how it's changed here on the main. So I'm just gonna keep them home and away, but here you have the option to change the text. And then we have to the home away color settings. So home, I'm gonna make home red. Okay, it's changed here and everywhere. And the home text color. So I'm just gonna show you how this works. First, I'm gonna change the away background color to something more contrast to just explain better. Not this one, maybe like this. Okay. So home background color is just the color of the every activated card of the home. It's gonna be red. And then we have home text color A, which is the text of the month. So I'm gonna change it to something darker just to show you how it works. So you see it changed in all the home, the color of the month. And then we have home text color B, which is the rest, and the rest of the text, like the number and the verses. So we're gonna make it white like this. See, it changed on everywhere. And it's the same thing apply for the away. The away background, I chose it to be green. here we have the month color. I'm gonna make it white, even though yellow was matching, but maybe I'm gonna make the rest of the color is as yellow, so you see. Okay, so now we changed the home and away, and also when you change it, the home and away buttons will change with it here. But I'm just gonna make this, I don't like how it looks like, maybe make it like this. Maybe a more strong white, yes, so it shows here and here. And I think I'm gonna make this just red so it doesn't clash the design. Okay, so now with the main the home and away color settings, I'll show you how to edit and what they means. Now we're gonna go to the dates control, so in each date. So let's say that the first date is it's an away, right? So you go to the first date, and here you have the options. You could change the month, October, the number to, I don't know, 22. This is versus I don't know, riders, let's say, right? Riders with 1 R. Okay. And then after I edit this, I want to make this away, not home. So you see this option at the it says box 1 home away on off. So you just press it like this and it becomes away. You press it again, it becomes home. So let's make this away, and the first one would make it home. We go date 1 August. I'm gonna also change it, October 24 versus pandas, right? And I'm done with this, but it's still away, so I want to make it home. I press 1 click and it's away, it's home. So this is how you edit all of the details of the schedule. And when you are done, you could just close those tabs, and whenever you are ready to render, this is how you do to render. My way of rendering is just you choose the composition that you want to render. So as you see, all the edits, they apply for all the sizes. Then we go here, let's say I want to render HD. We go to composition, we press add to Adobe Media Encoder. Make sure that you have Media Encoder installed. It just comes with the Adobe suite. And we'll wait here till the Media Encoder open. So when it's done, it shows here. This is an old thing, I'm just gonna delete it. You press here and you choose where you want to save the project. This is the settings I go by, H264, and I just leave it at match the source. This is the settings that I recommend for you to use. It's a very low size and very good quality. So when you are done with deciding where you want to export your file, you just press this green play button and it will start to render. Other than that, thank you so much for watching and buying a Hokey motion pack. I hope you like it and it's very beneficial for your design work. I will see you later with the new motion pack. It's Zen, and I hope you're having a lovely day.